Corky's gone. He's going to lock in the LeBlanc. Oh, no, he's changed at the last minute. Azir coming out for Carney flexing here.
Okay. That's interesting, to say the least. Partly because it gives them the move speed from the ult, obviously, to go through. It gives them the long-range poke, which they're going to be able to complement really well with Chestbridge. This is the duo that they always work out, is a poke champion for Carney, a poke champion for Chestbridge. Keep them alive, away we go. That's generally how it works. If they get too close, then let me win, please, and Nushlet can step in and slaughter whoever gets too close. Body these fools, so to speak. But in this case here, I'm still not massively sold on it. I think the LeBlanc would have been nice to try and blow up MSR, especially if Carney started getting ahead. If he was 2-3-0 coming out of lane, then MSR wouldn't have had a happy time at all. It's another outdraft by Aston, I feel. They've just outdrafted Cambridge from here on out, to be honest with you. It's the story of the series.
The only thing I'm not entirely sold on is Let Me Win Please picking the Shyvana again. I think that it's been very hit or miss. We saw it do really well, but that was off the back of a Hail Mary Baron play, and he didn't really have the best of start. Every game, he's had a very poor start. Not going to beat around the bush on the Shyvana. And
well, last game he got first blood.
Well, yeah, he got first blood, but then he just descended into not doing much, I would argue. And the
fought for the Rift Herald and got slaughtered.
Yeah, it's just a case of, every game he's done, he has ended up having a very poor early game overall. Yes, he got first blood, but still. And then he got into the game on game number 2. He managed to get back into it off the back of a Hail Mary Baron, like we've already said. We've said it so many times. It was a very rare opportunity to get back in the game, and he did it. And then look what happened in game 3. Nothing like that really happened, and it was just the MSR show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So is that going to be a problem we're going to see this game as well, where he's on the Shyvana, has the poor early game, and then has no option to get back into the game?
Potentially so, and given MSR's performance in the last game, I'm pretty sure he's on top of the world right now, feeling that he can pretty much carry this game outright. It's like you say, though, with the early game. I think if they don't make these mistakes early on and give a bunch of kills over to Aston, like last time they gave away 3 kills incredibly early on, just gave a huge goal lead to Aston, and Aston just snowballed from there. If they don't give that away to them by making risky things like going for the Rift Herald before you've got the Devourer, for example, it's more sunshine and rainbows land for Cambridge rather than having to worry about being plunged into hell, basically, because once MSR gets rolling, we've seen countless times, there's no real way of bringing it back. Yeah,
absolutely. I genuinely want to see Chestbridge do more on this Ezreal. I mean, he's usually so efficient on this champion, and he hasn't been given the opportunity to shine in these matchups. And it's very much a disappointment, because not in the sense that he is disappointing, because he's not disappointing. It's just the fact that there's nothing in place for him to burst out like he usually does and start to take control of the game. It's just concerning for Cambridge that that's not on the cards at the moment.
I think it's more the concern that Jet exerts so much pressure that he can't get ahead and take off as we've seen him do in the past. That's always the big concern for him. Jet, to his testament, might not have been the shining star that he has been in past series, but he's definitely still leaving his mark. And all he's got to do now is do it in this game. Aston walk away the winners.
Well, we will definitely find out. This is game number 4, match point for the Aston Aunties. This is the Net Game National Championship. We're on to the wrist. Aston Aunties versus Cambridge Memers. It's very much do or die for the Memers today.
It is. For Chestbridge, I know that he missed a chess tournament today to come for NUEL Live. That'd be a pretty sour blow if actually MSR at the end in the winner's interview goes, well, checkmate Chestbridge.
Oh,
sick burn.
Savage.
Maybe we will see.
Hopefully we'll see some kind of mercy from whoever wins this game.
I can't imagine MSR is the kind of person to give any kind of mercy.
Well, hopefully he has a change of heart. Maybe he's humbled by victory. We don't know, because he hasn't won anything yet.
That may well change today. I'm pretty sure that's the dream he and his team are shooting for. Look at the cute little ducky in the river.
The Observer definitely playing into the strengths here. Is that a rubber duck and a regular duck?
It's a rubber duck and a regular duck.
Why? How? How has that happened?
Just come along for the ride.
Someone call the police. It's illegal. What is literally spaghetti code?
This is what League of Legends is all about, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the battle of the rubber duckies.
And natural order is restored. And there's another bird as well.
Azir in the mid lane there, putting on a little bit of a show, giving some bird calls out to Wood League in the mid lane. They're going to be going at it. Very typical start we've seen for every game this series. Top laners helping out the junglers to start off their clear.
And bot laners taking Krugs.
Exactly. There's no real alteration here happening. We don't expect that very much to change. What I want to see is whether the junglers' paths change and they meet sooner than expected.
Possibly. We saw Jet go for the really aggro kind of invades in game 1, I believe it was. and would get chased out. Obviously, that's when Lemmy Please went for the counter invade and got himself pretty much shut down. Wasn't very good. Sorry, it was game 2, of course. He didn't play in Italy in first game. We kind of all questioned why it was left open, and yet no one picked it, knowing that that was one of his strongest champions. Still, maybe this game he won't try and play so ham and just go for something so crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very noticed that Andy was very chunked the first time we cut to him in the bot lane there. Chessbridge and Mazinrik definitely having a slight advantage early on. Possibly just a bad trade coming out from Aston, but they're looking very healthy in comparison to their opposite numbers.
Absolutely. It's not usually the thing we've seen so far in this series. Chessbridge has usually been the one limping away at about 300 HP after a level 1 or 2 trade, but it's MSR taking a bit of a beating this time round.
Yeah, absolutely. The Janus Shield's doing so much work at the moment. Just giving him that attack speed buff, making sure the trades are working in his favour. There we are, just tip-tap it away, nothing else. We've got to keep an eye on where Jet and Lemmy Please go.
This is the same as what happened in game 2. Jet invaded here, took the blue buff, and then ran straight into Lemmy Please when it came round for the walls. And actually, Lemmy Please is going to smite that away. He'll know that Jet's on this now, but he doesn't have smite himself to take it away if he gets into a fight over it. Jet needs to take this one away really quick, though. He will get it away and walk away with 3 buffs for a start there. So nicely played by Jet.
A free buff start for Jet, denying Lemmy Please that goal that he needs for the stack. Look at that, no damage being done to Chessbridge, and MSR just absolutely faltering. Andy unfortunately thrown out a hook to find no response as Jet curves around the mid lane. Unsurprisingly, Lushlick yet again ahead in this top lane against Matty Triceps, but we've always talked about Matty Triceps isn't the person who needs to win lane. He said it in their own interviews. He just needs to hold that lane.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, he said himself that he's not the best CSer in the world, to be honest, and he's showing that time and time again this series. As Brixton said, he seems to have been behind in pretty much every game that's gone on so far. I've got to say, for the crowd we have here at NUEL Live, they have been fantastic today. Yeah,
absolutely. They've really been putting in the effort here. I'm not sure what they were applauding at, but I love the applause anyway. I live for the applause.
Live for the applause. Usually when it's directed towards something you've done.
That's what I can only hope. I can only hope I get a round of applause at the end of this. It would do wonders for everything that's going on in my life.
I'll give you a few taps on the shoulder and say well done. That's probably about the most we'll be able to walk away with.
A pat on the back from you means more than an applause from an entire amphitheatre.
You say that until they come at you with knives, then the story changes.
Et tu brute?
Either way, lane's actually really calm for the first time in this series, to be honest with you. Even Lushlick, even though he's meant to shove Matty Triceps in, actually did quite a chunk of damage to him there as well. Lemmy Please now on the counter invade himself there. Doesn't want to run into Jet too early, I don't think, because don't forget, Lemmy Please did only walk away with 1 buff, probably slightly behind in terms of his experience.
There we go, Chessbridge getting a little bit bold. He has got the shield to help him out. MSR's low. Auto attacks from Janna is a very potent AD threat in the early game.
Who needs bananas, right?
Yes, who needs bananas when you have gusts of wind?
Blow him over.
Yeah.
Shoo.
Very quiet at the moment. And that's the problem, though. We haven't really seen lane presence come on. You saw Jet go down into the bottom lane, try and get a gank off in the bot lane, try and get MSR ahead. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out in favour. He's barely spotted out. And truth be told, Cambridge were playing very safe, as they have done in this bot lane every single matchup, because at the end of the day, they just pick Ezreal, stall out the game. But it's very concerning that Lemmy Please only just picked up his first jungle item, hasn't worked towards his Devourer yet, not really going to start building up those stacks. And Jet, very similar situation, but you know, we saw Jet return to form. I think it was game 2. Game 2 he's on Italy, and he was able to take control very early on. But Chessbridge, though, found himself out of position. That's a bad time for MSR, though. Exhausted coming out. Lemmy Please forces the flash there. That turned around very quickly for Aston.
3 summoners blown by Aston, but Jet is lurking as well. They may be able to find something here. Chessbridge, out of mana, does just sidestep it, though.
It's enough to come off, and Chessbridge gets flayed back, forces another flash. Lemmy Please gets stunned against the wall. MSR, please finish off. He kills him mid-air. First blood going over to Andy.
Andy with the mid-air kill there. The dragon just dropped from the skies. This ain't no Skyrim time. No shouts needed. Well played there by Jet to get responsive and get into the bot lane whilst all that was going on. It was a nice sidestep by Chessbridge and Mazinrik. Alas, not enough in the end.
But that's the thing, though. Yes, you had the sidestep, but it forced him away. But we'll talk about that later as Matty Triceps using the ultimate to start fighting Matt Lushlick. Look at that. He's managed to get himself back into this lane. after they've invested a little bit of gold. But of course, he's just drained his mana pool.
Just saying to that Lumberjack, I ain't no normal tree.
Yeah.
You can't cut me.
Yeah, I only just realised Lumberjack Scion versus Maokai.
Exactly.
They know what they're doing here.
It seems to be every single time I see a Scion versus Maokai. That skin will be
Karnin
on.
flexing. Finding the light binding after a little bit of a ballsy move, but they're still fighting away. Oh, Jet pounces onto Lushnik, takes out that zombie as mid lane seems to dissipate.
A little bit. I thought there'd be a bit of a bigger scrap there in the mid lane, but nothing much came of it. Jet making his presence known once again. Let me win, please. 0-1-0. Jet 1-0-1.
Oh, Karni flexing, going aggressive again, forcing the flash from Wood League as he dives headfirst to his Shurima soldiers.
Shurima. Praise be Shurima.
I really want to see Karni flexing pull off a Shurima shuffle this game.
Well, since the patches came in, that actually made it a lot easier.
Makes it a lot easier to do, yes.
Indeed.
But I still want to see it, because really, I think that's a great way to get MSR out of the back line. If he dives into the back, manages to get him, perfect. MSR's dead, but in the mid lane, here we go. Lushnik, he does manage to hit Wood League. The Sand Soldiers go forward. Barrier comes out, but he drops that axe and splits that Lux in half.
Nicely done. A very graphic image there, of course, as well.
Sound effects as well.
Sounds like the kind of thing someone would do as a weird kind of parody on Reddit. Just make it out that it's not a kid's game anymore. If League went 18+.
Well, at the end of the day, you have Darius in there. And I'm surprised they get away with Darius, truth be told. Because there's a lot of blood for a game that's rated at T for teens.
That is very true.
Like, you're literally dropping an axe and splitting him in head, and blood goes everywhere. Yet Graves can't have a cigar.
That just reminds me of the video with the... it's the one where Valkos is about to kill Zillion. Zillion
yes,
revives.
can't kill him the Zillion.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Map awareness, boys. Saves lives.
There we are. Lushnik tip-tapping away. Jet going to clear out that vision as Andy looks to go aggressive. Howling Gale will stop him in his tracks as Chessbridge returns damage, and it deters the looming fresh. MSR manages to chunk him himself. He's a strong, independent AD carry who don't need no support.
Pretty much exactly how that went. To be fair, in this game as well, Andy isn't really the buff monster that he has been in the last couple of games. Well, actually, TP in the bot lane, though.
TP coming out, nice flash. Andy interrupts the Q.
Andy
will save MSR. But look at the turnaround as the teleport comes in from Maokai. Chessbridge eats a spear. Monsoon cannot stop Matty Triceps. Lushlik has been hooked. Let me win, please. He's just going to clear out the ward. Nice Q to keep him on there. Matty Triceps is incredibly low. They've got to go in for that. Why aren't they going in for that?
There's both of them there. There's the Azir in there. There's a full health Shyvana as well. Why aren't they going for it, like you say? That was always the chance.
Oh, there's Wood League with the final spark, picking himself up a tasty little kill.
That's fantastic, because Chessbridge used his ultimate to try and snipe someone and got sniped whilst using it.
Can you spell irony?
No one likes the sniper Ezreal, so you kill the sniper Ezreal before he can snipe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely unsurprising here. That's what I like about Wood League. Wood League's been playing this Lux, and he's been getting these no-scope shots. But that's going to be the first tower of the game going down to the Cambridge Memers. They've taken that bot lane tower.
I've realised what happens if this game actually ends with... Sorry, if this series ends with this game, then I'm pretty sure Will and Bricks and their 3-1 predictions were pretty spot on.
Yeah, we can't let that happen. This has to go to game 5.
Come on, Cambridge.
I wonder what song we've got if we go to 5 games. Are we going to have Silver Scrapes, or have we got My Story?
I think that's a dream all the way through.
I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure someone from production will have something lined up just in case. Matty Triceps using the twisted advance to interrupt, getting hit by that Q. Gets behind him. He's got the ultimate ticking around, but Maokai has a timer on him in the sense that his mana pool will drain him. Grasping on Dying doing work. Look at this.
Wet noodle fight, boys.
They just keep bopping each other and go forward. There we go again. Matty Triceps and Lushlik. I love his placement on the saplings to get him in position. No one's around to help him out, and Lushlik will walk away. But that was very much a non-fight happening in top lane.
It's what it is in top lane. It's a wet noodle fight. You just hit each other, grasp within dying, sustains you forever. And that was pretty much what happened, and what we will probably see for most of this game until they start making impact elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, Sion's got teleport up in 2 minutes, so he's already used it in the bot lane. A little bit of a false alarm going on there. There's not much really happened for what was invested into it. So really, what are they going to do next? Because we've already seen that Aston's got control of that dragon as well. We didn't really touch on the first dragon that came up. It's very much a trait of Aston Arlington at this point to get those early dragons and start working towards it. And I'm honestly surprised that Cambridge hasn't made any adaptations to try and stop it. But then we're going back into the top lane, and yet Cambridge, they haven't done what their usual thing was, and they haven't gone and tried to get the Rift Herald, though.
Learning from past mistakes, I feel. That's kind of what threw last game for them, that early on when they already had a small lead. And they don't want to make the same mistake again. Although, let me win, please. I know that he's eyeing it up, thinking, I need to take that. That's 5 stacks for my Devourer. The sooner I get that Devourer, the better. Although, equally, you can't really make great use of it when it gets to the mid-game teamfights unless you're a little bit tanky. So it's not dire for him to take it. It's just more of a preference. And if there's a potential risk of throwing the game from it, no one wants to do it.
In bot lane, though, this could be bad for Chessbridge. Throws out the spear. Does land, but the Arcane Shift will get him under the tower safely. But that's created so much pressure here for the bot lane to push up this wave.
They've got 4 members in the bot lane, Cambridge, actually, to try and offset this, and Aston aren't really interested in trying to fight for it.
No, they don't have to at the end of the day. They've drawn 4 members bot. We can already see the Carniflexion's kind of teetering on the edge of going down there as well. Woodley's got the lane pushed up at the end of the day, and so, you know, there's nothing really to lose from Aston being there, and there's nothing really to lose from Cambridge being there. It's just pushing them around the map. And we're going back to that proactive style that Aston have and the reactive situation that Cambridge are going to have. There we go, Carniflexing using the soldiers to get himself to safety away from a Nidalee spear. There we go.
He gets hit by another one, though.
Might not be able to do it twice, but this is very much looking like mid lane. The hook lands, light binding goes, and has to use the cleanse. Well timed to get it out there, but look at the 3 members, absolutely devastated by the Cambridge memers. Everyone jumped into it and locked it up off the back of Lushlick's knock-up. A final spark will not save this. Cambridge come back fighting.
They definitely do. That was crazy how 3 members pretty much went pop. That's the issue of them not having any massive tanks, though. Matty Triceps is still in the top lane. He's their only tank there. So for the rest of them, it was just like, well, you're 3 of the squishiest guys in the team right now. I wonder how you like having a lumberjack in your face and a big axe descending on top of you. And, well, we saw the result. Yeah, 3 dead.
Absolutely. And here we go. Cambridge are going to pick up this Rift Herald now, and they're not going to have a risk of being team fought.
So, guys, can I do Rift Herald now, please? And they're like, okay.
I think I earned it. I went into Dragon's Rage and helped get those 3 kills. I think I deserve those 5 stacks now.
We're assuming that he talks like that.
Chessbridge got the kill on it, though. Does that deny him the stacks? Or is it kills and assists?
I can't quite remember. I think with one of them it was whoever gets the kill gets it. I may be wrong.
Someone needs to confirm.
How many stacks does he have? Find out.
Let's have a look. How many stacks?
And let me win, please.
He's got 14 Devour stacks.
Okay, that's not too bad for 14.5 minutes in the game. Should probably peak out around about 20, 22 minutes. Start getting some more of the kind of power points in there as well then. Won't be the worst thing in the world for him.
Yeah, we would only hope. Chessbridge has been spotted out by a ward, and you can already see Aston is starting to converge onto them, dragging a lot of attention because they're going for the blue buff. Here we go, MSR for the 1v1 against Chessbridge, but Mazrin K has been locked out as Aston picks up a kill. MSR solos out Chessbridge. That's 2 kills coming back for Aston as they look to take this blue buff away. They're fighting against the resetting blue buff, though.
I'm pretty sure MSR thinks he could take on anything right now, to be honest with you.
Dear God.
But Carney has finished his Nash's Tooth now. That's a really good item for him to have. The wave clear that he gets off it, the attack speed as well. Everything just comes together really nicely with that one item, but you need to get to that point first. It's the same win conditions again for Cambridge. As it has been all series, they need to get to about 35 minutes. For Aston, it's don't let them get to that point, and, well, it's like we say, change or die. Cambridge haven't changed. Likelihood is they're going to die.
I don't know. I mean, that mid lane fight where they just turned it around, that gave me hope for Cambridge.
I think that was an exception more than the rule, is my number one concern. I can't imagine that will happen again.
I really wanted to, though.
It would look cool.
It would. It would look very flash, and it would also mean we'd take it to 5 games.
It would indeed. Everyone wants the 5th game magic. Or players, maybe not so much, but us indeed.
Oh,
another scrap. Wet noodle fight, boys.
No, but he's keeping it in the tower, so it doesn't matter about the wet noodle. But look what's happening behind him. You've already got Let Me Win Please and Chessbridge in position to come up behind him. So this could be the dive coming out. But do you really want to dive a Maokai when he's got an ultimate?
Wood League is hanging around, though.
Yeah, well, it looks like they were well away. Triggered the sapling. Going to push the wave, but Carniflexing is here as well. They're throwing everything to take out Matty Triceps at the moment. And here we go. What's going to be the maneuver that comes in? Shield comes out. Chessbridge tipping away. He's not got his ultimate. Scion Train misses, but MSR from the side. Is he using the twisted advantage to go back in? And MSR is tumbling around. There we go. Let me win, please. Might go away. The last bolt needs to land, but no! A hook finds Chessbridge, and that's going to be another kill. Coming up the Aston Aunties. Look at MSR chasing him down. Double kill. He's going for the triple. He has to roll. He has to get the tumble in place. No, he's been slowed. Andy, please give some support to your man. There you go. Flame back. Triple kill for MSR.
Not quite a pentakill like it was in the semi-finals, but still 3 kills onto the hyper carry is not a bad way to end this fight. Same as we said in the last game, Cambridge are making mistakes in the early game, which is giving Aston too great a lead.
MSR taking the tower.
I don't care about towers, is what everybody's thinking.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, we know what he's like.
Well, yeah, like you were saying, it was very much a kind of throwback to the semi-finals, except, he couldn't get the pentakill because he had no daddy to beg for it this time. We might see him have to beg someone else for it, because I'm not going to rule out the possibility of a pentakill when you already have 17 minutes in a 4-on-1 Vayne.
Yeah. It's going to require one of those big team fights, probably around Baron when it spawns in a few minutes. Until then, nothing major, but it's the same mistakes from Cambridge that we've seen all series. Like said, trying to make these fights happen when you know your team's PowerPoint doesn't come for another 10-15 minutes yet. Why are you trying to dive someone when you have no idea where half of the other team are? We saw how it panned out for them. They lost 3. They killed 1,
yeah,
sure they brought Matty down, but it was just not what they want to be doing
They
right
went
now.
so ham onto Matty Triceps, and then you see MSR come from the side, beautifully start picking off the front line, not committing himself too badly to the damage. Then Matty goes back in with the twisted advance, hooks it in,
That was a bit
play.
crazy.
That was a bit crazy because he was pretty much on the brink of death, but it definitely set his team up for greater things. Andy going to find Mazrin K. No one else is there for him though. But like we said, Dragon Control comes into play. Jet secures the second Dragon of the game, 18 minutes in.
This is what kind of sets these two junglers apart in a lot of ways, I feel, is definitely this objective control. And probably the vision game as well. Jet is just always on top of vision. He's always making that pressure via the vision and always making sure his team have those dragons. And that, even though there's only 70 LP between the two of them, that is what seems to make Jet stand out considerably more.
Yeah, absolutely. And then looks like Cambridge are going for the top lane tower again. They really don't like Matty Triceps having a tower at the moment. He's just going to clear it. He's going to ignore the fact that there's 2 people bopping away on his tower. Clear the way. They go. Lushlick taking a bit of tower damage in that transaction. There we go. Doesn't use the twisted advance this time. Wood League is there.
No mana. No flash.
He's got no mana. He's got no flash. You're damn right. Twisted advance. Follow up with the light binding. Let me win, please. Come from the side. He finds Jet straight away. Drops the exhaust down, and he's able to back off both of the damage dealers there. Matty Triceps looking for the zone. Follows the twisted advance. Tries to get the combo off with the light binding. Final spark comes out, but it misses when he's right in front of him. Point blank misfire, but it doesn't matter because you can't misfire a bite from the jaw of Jet.
Absolutely can't. Sinking his claws in once again, bringing down Lemmy Win, please. And this sums up the Shyvana this series, to be honest with you. Again, it just seems to be series-wide mistakes, not being able to respond in the middle of the game. It always seems to be the same recurring theme.
God bless Rift Herald. We salute you for your service. Many a clown fiesta based off your defeat.
Many a clown fiesta, but now the ultimate clown fiesta can happen. Opening a brand new expansion to the circus grounds. It's going to be Baron.
Baron Nashor always brings in the attractions at the NUEL circus.
In fact, I'd argue in all of League of Legends, it brings in many wonderful things.
Absolutely. But let's focus back onto the game. Looking at how the kills and the deaths are distributed on the team here, MSR definitely has the majority of the kills. The kills are exactly where they need to be on Aston. They're exactly what they need to be. They got him on the mid laner, on the jungle, on the AD carry. Throw it over to Cambridge, unfortunately. Majority of the kills going to the top laner. Yeah, it does great to create a tanky monster, but there's so many deaths on Chessbridge, unfortunately, just where he's having to be going up against MSR at the moment. Absolutely
is. I mean, Lemmy Win Please is currently sat on 26, 27 odd stacks, so he's not far off. Probably will hit the 30 point around about 20 in about a minute or two. That's when they can maybe look to pick a fight, but again, it's just a risk that if they mess it up and throw it away, that's pretty much going to be game for them. They need to stop giving up these early, I don't know, almost roots into the game they have. It's just so silly all the time taking these fights. And I understand that they want to fight and try and get the game back in their favour, but again, knowing when your team's power points are, it's part of winning a game, and they've just got it completely wrong when they think their power points are.
Yeah, absolutely. True Shot Barrage coming to clear the wave as Aston Aunties are looking to break this mid-outer tower. Nothing to stop them. They've got it. That's going to be their third tower of the game as the outer ring for Cambridge has fallen.
It has, and just as it has been all game, Jet doing this time and time again is just flooding the enemy jungle, not giving them even room to breathe. They've got no vision down in there, all of them having to walk back by the base walls just to make sure they don't get caught out and die on the way. Let me win, please, though. Taking a tower for them, some gold that they won't be complaining about. Gold lead still only sat at 2,000 gold,
Oh,
though.
Lushlick finds a bit of CC and a bit of damage to boot. Like you said, we've got Let Me Win Please in the bottom lane. He hasn't got access to teleport. He's just going to split push, and he's putting the pressure on him. But Carney flexing. God bless your cleanse, otherwise you would have been one dead Emperor there. But no, Aston Arties, they need to do something right now because they're missing out, because you've just got Let Me Win Please taking this tower via split push.
Absolutely.
No one contested him. No one contested him.
No, and that's more gold for the team now. They're only 700 gold behind off taking that tower. 3 towers apiece. But Baron is, of course, still looming. One that both teams need to be aware of, in a sense. This will actually be where he hits Sated Devour now, taking away this Gromp camp from Jet's jungle, sorry. Hits that 30 stat point. Sated Devour now. Got his team some gold as well. Definitely a win for Cambridge overall in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very surprised that Aston didn't go ham onto the tower or send someone back to try and stop him, because they essentially just gave a tower for free, for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, Matty had TP as well. They definitely should have sent someone back to deal with it.
Very worrying there that mistake was allowed to get through. Here we go. Andy's going to be spotted out by a Ghost as he goes to set up vision for Baron. I think both teams know what's coming next, but you need to understand that Dragon's going to be up in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Let me win please in the bot lanes. They know now. Aston know there are only 3 members here. This could be a chance to try and make something happen.
Yeah, but you've got to say MSR's in the top lane. MSR's in the top lane.
They're all going back though as well.
Yeah, they're going to go back. Make sure they got vision of the Baron. More than likely, head over to that Dragon, because we know that they love getting the early Dragon.
That's one thing. They also sent Matty to go and deal with Let Me Win Please, because they know how fast he can drop these towers down. Just think, okay, now is actually a really good time for us to maybe go and actually follow him. So they'll send Matty now wherever Let Me Win Please appears. They'll send Matty into that same lane.
Yeah, because he's got the teleport available. What I don't understand is why Aston aren't sending Lushlick. I mean, yes, Let Me Win Please can take the towers sooner. But the teleport is so crucial at keeping the team together.
It's the same thing before. It's just the kind of chaos they find themselves stuck in. They don't really know how to react when under this much pressure. And Aston just pulling them all over the map. And in fact, now Let Me Win Please, he's going for that bot tower. He's actually ran past Matty Triceps in the bot lane now. Nothing really too much coming of it, mind you, but tickling away slowly.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the problem. Matty Triceps, he can go top. Let Me Win Please cannot do that in the same speed. So if the fight breaks out, yeah, Let Me Win Please might get the bot lane tower, but who knows what Aston would get in the chaos.
Pretty much everything if they're not too careful. It's just strange. I think they know that Matty will probably beat out Lushlick at this point now, because he's quite relatively far ahead, but look at the damage coming down to Matty Triceps.
Beaten out, Matty Triceps, he had his ultimate up with the damage reduction, and Let Me Win Please still did that to him.
Still beat 2 shades out of him, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how long Matty can hold that tower.
I think he'll hold the tower fine. It's more about holding himself. How long can he hold the tree?
The tree will get slain, but speaking of slain, Woodleague finds himself very close to the brink of death there. Finally, the streamer turret does self-destruct. Hopefully that relieves a little bit of pressure in mid lane, but Let Me Win Please, he's completely ignoring Matty, going straight for the tower. He just has to do that a couple of times, and he's got it.
Not always the worst idea indeed. Drake's up now though as well, so this is for Cambridge now to think, okay, do we really want to leave it until the 4th or 5th stat point?
Oh, Andy's been caught out here. He's triggered the ultimate from Sion. He has to flash. Let Me Win Please uses his own ultimate to get to safety. No one's dropped, but that's a crucial ultimate going down for Let Me Win Please. And Aston just take third Dragon.
0 contention on that one. Once again, this is again Cambridge lacking in objective control. In fact, I think the only thing they've comfortably fought over all series long was the Rift Herald. And even then, it was just for the Devourer stacks. That's not how you close out a game.
It's Rift Herald and Baron of what being contested here. It's like not Birmingham. It's like Cambridge have just conceded that they're not going to get a dragon this game. Why would they? You're not even going to contest and try and get that all-important damage increase. That would do so much work for them when it comes to these team fights. And you're also stopping them from forcing you into that 4th, 5th dragon dilemma of you have to fight.
Pretty much how it pans out for them so far, but Vantage only just with Aston, only about 500 gold in the lead here, so nothing really overly substantial, but it definitely has the feeling that Cambridge are afraid of Aston, that Aston have control of this game, even though in reality, gold-wise, they don't, to be fair.
That's not always visible to the players.
Absolutely.
They don't necessarily
psychological terror. It's not.
Yeah, they don't.
No mastery spam, but you can spam laugh and make them
spam dance as well. It's like
exactly.
Going at it.
Fighting with me is like boxing with shadows, and then you're like, oh god, it's true. We've been destroyed by him 2 games in a row.
Dead's not in this game though, so no problem. There you go, Matty Triceps again on tower defense, as the rest of Aston are clustered around the top and mid.
You think, oh, I love playing tower defense.
That's all he's had to do this game, really. It's all
Well,
it's all Matty Triceps appears to do, to be honest. Like, especially
more the
laning
last,
phase.
It's the last 4 or 5 minutes, to be fair, is what it's turned into.
Yeah.
This is like an exact deja vu case, what we saw like 3 minutes ago, and they were clearing it out. You know, Let Me Win Please is still sat in the bot lane trying to push. It's just stalled and stagnated almost. That tower has only just lost about an extra 15% since we last looked.
Yeah, well, who's going to break the pattern, though? Someone needs to do something different, otherwise things are just going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating, and nothing's going to get done.
They should really send Lushlek, I feel, into bot lane and just bring Let Me Win Please back up to the rest of the team. But maybe what they're thinking is that actually this is kind of what this works out well for Cambridge, because their aim in this game, remember, is to stall until about 35-40 minutes. Then you can start picking your fights. Wait until it gets to late game. Aston are the ones who need to react in this sort of sense. And in fact, react they may well be doing. It looks like they're squaring up for that Baron.
Yeah, absolutely. They're denying the recalls. Lushlik using his ultimate. Andy's already out of the way, though. Crucial ultimate down. Final spark on the Mazvin K. Hook follows it up. Andy's got in there. Monsoon brings him away, but it doesn't matter because Matty Triceps is teleported into the fight. Emperor's Divider going to try and stem the flow. MSR's popped his ultimate. He flashes in. He's going straight for Lushlik, but he's having the fight kind of tumbles beautifully to Survivor, and he's unstoppable as he's chasing down Lushlik, and now he's going to pick himself up a double kill. Let Me Win Please is isolated. The zombie doing what he can, but Aston Auntie's taking that fight very handedly.
Let Me Win Please thought, okay, actually I can't fight you guys right now. I'll just clear the waves out instead and push something up. That is basically the perfect excuse though for Aston to go, okay then cool, Baron it is. Let Me Win Please should just take this mid tower, get some more gold, and again, just try and buy some time, just keep themselves in the games. They're doing pretty good at bringing down towers, to be fair. Although of course, both bot lane towers are still standing. Baron going over to Aston quite comfortably now.
There you go. Just as Aston get the Baron, Cambridge take another tower. But now it's going to be very difficult to do because we now have Baron-empowered minions in play.
Yep. Never happy fun time for them with Baron minions in play. MSR still going huge. He's 6-1-1 at this point. Most of his team picking up the assists from that. Loves being the showman. Like I said, he flashed in for the kill in that last fight. Definitely fancying himself as the playmaker.
I just like the tumble out of the Azir knockup.
Yes.
Well, it's not a knockup anymore. It just produces the shield. But he tumbled away, got himself out of the range of the soldiers, and just handily took him down. Very impressive play there, just to flash in with such confidence.
It was, but that's MSR overall. Confidence, arrogance, whatever you want to call it, either way, it works out for
confidence
him.
or overconfidence? Because this is a debate we could have all day. Because yes, there's a lot of aggressive play there.
Look at that burst damage.
Woodley walks into the bush, gets a dragon for a second, but Matty Triceps follows with the twisted advance underneath the tower. Here we go, Aston. They're diving under there again. They're onto Lushlik. They take him down. They can't even resolve him. Mazvin K gets dropped as well. MSR is godlike, and Woodley is running for his life. That's another tower destroyed. 3 members have dropped, and the crowd is going crazy here for Aston. They think they're calling this game already. Carniflexing using his shuffle to get himself away. Emperor's Divide knocks out 3 members, but Andy makes sure he's in range, and he will get the kill. 4 members down. That's the bottom in him going down.
Woodley falls down.
There we go. It looks like Chessbridge managed to get the kill. Oh, the beautiful spear from Jet. He drops down. Aston Aunties are onto the Nexus turrets. They're going to drop them. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. In 4 games, Aston Aunties have won the Game National Championship in a handed final match victory.
Listen to the crowd go mental for that one. Fantastic series by all of Aston. The players there giving themselves a nice team.